Stand up guy. Stand up guy. Motherfucking propaganda guy. Swears to God he's a handsome guy. Probably can't even stand up right. Sitting in his room by the candlelight, thinking of all the people he's been abandoned by. Buying all the dope his dealer can't supply. This is the pussy we've been slandered by. And Tony Pizza's who he's handled by. Cause there's no doubt that this man is bi. So cocksucker, you should answer my motherfucking question when I ask you why. You once got blown by a fucking tranny, reached in his panties, and you grabbed a guy, a random guy. And man, do I have a hard time understanding how you stand beside a motherfucking dude and get so confused. Or is this exactly what you fantasized? Cause you can't deny that dicks are something you're distracted by. And I have a bad feeling that you're after mine, cause you're such a big fan of mine. You remind me of that Charles Manson guy. Are you Catholic, a witch, or a warlock, bitch? It seems to me that you just can't decide. One minute you're praying the rosary, next minute you're practicing voodoo, putting a spell on someone, or threatening to fucking vandalize a car, a truck, or a house, and then you threaten my spouse. And this is the reason I am the guy you're about to be fucking dismantled by, canceled by, trampled by. Cause I'm the fucking man, and you were just a love Vanda guy. Yes, oh. You went to Thailand to fuck lady boys, but you still had to pay these boys. Took them to your room filled with booze, dope, and some shady toys. Then you asked them to sit on your lap, and your filthy cum so lazy, boy. That's crazy, boy. You got a tranny pregnant, and that bitch gave birth to a fucking ass baby boy. Damn, isn't that so sad, yo? You overdosed on a sack of blow, a bag of dope, some crack you smoked, liquor, hash in a fat ass bowl. You fat asshole, you could never even snatch a hoe, a ratchet hoe. But one thing's for sure, and that's that you are definitely a faggot though, maggot bro, and damn you slow. Can barely speak fucking English and constantly trying to use words that you don't know. Dumb motherfucker, yes, oh! I'm out. That bounce it tight. Peace. Peace. Peace.
You, what's going on, guys? All right. Good afternoon. Let me see. We don't have many people here yet. Hey, da, what's going on, brother? No freaking ZD now. Miss Can't Be Wrong. We're on 456. War. Sally. God dollar me more. Dave. That's it for now. I was listening to Tony Pizza this morning. I'm not going to play none of his videos because, again, he's just gotten so incredibly boring. But he said that he was very excited. He had 41 people in his chat, and he was thrilled about it. And he said, I couldn't get 41 people in my chat to save my life, even though I just got 1 million views in less than a month. That's right. Did you see my community post? Yeah, 1 million views. And in all reality, the majority of them took place in like the last 2 weeks. So if even that long, probably a week and a half. So 1 million views. No Mobtube channel will ever do that. Unless, of course, maybe they start doing vertical streams. And even then, they have to have something popular to talk about. You know, but I'm very happy about this. 1 million views. I checked this morning. Yesterday, I got 200 and something thousand views. Although last night, it did seem like the algorithm is cooling a bit. It was a slow one. I only got 50,000 views, but the one before that, I got 98,000. So anyway, he's very proud of himself. Tony thinks he's doing really well in life. You know, he said he was flashing $100 bills, and he said after that woman, the one he talked shit to, after she drove away, another woman pulled up and gave him, I guess it was, I don't know if it was one $100 bill or two. It looked like he had multiple. And she said, do you? And that's how he pronounced it too. That's the way he said it. She said, do you? Do you? She said, do you? Same here. What, Soto? I'm sorry. Do you? Could you imagine? First of all, that expression, man. Oh my God. Even the song by DMX, I hate it with a fucking passion. Anybody who says DU should be choked to fucking death. But he said she rolled up, gave him a hundy, and said, "Do you?" Does anybody believe that? Because I don't. I think because we played the video yesterday of him trashing that woman and making it clear that he only wants money. He doesn't want food or anything. He just had to make up this story to be like, they do bring me money. She gave me hundreds of dollars and said, "Do you?" Yeah, do you, boo boo? Do you, boo boo? Albert, the truth telling alligator chief. What's going on, guys? Jennifer Giselle. Hello. What's that? What the hell is that? Lizards? Why? Hey, now. That's like saying you got this. Oh man, yeah. And then you got this is obnoxious enough because it's like people saying fuck your problems. You know what I mean? Like somebody would be like, "I God Almighty, I got stage 4 cancer," and they'll be like, "You got this," and then they'll just move on to something else. What do you mean I got this? It's not really up to me. I mean, there's a good chance I'm going to die any second now. What the fuck are you talking about? You got this. But that's their way of saying like, "Oh God, I don't want to hear your bullshit. Just let me make you feel good about the situation and move on. You got this." Yeah. Or any situation where people are having serious problems in their lives and somebody has the balls to say to them, "You got this." You should choke to fucking death. Seriously, you should. You got this. And "do you" is even worse. "Do you" is just like the most, I don't even know. "Do you" somehow turned into, I think, more of a white people thing than a black people thing. I think it started in the black community, and then DMX did the song, and there's a bunch of douchebags to this day, 20 fucking years, 27 years later or something, saying "do you." Yeah, do you. Fuck you. That's what I say. Fuck you. You got this, "do you" is all bullshit. I can't stand. Yeah. I can't stand it. I don't have this at all. LMAO. Yeah, I mean, anyway, it's true. I can't stand stupid expressions. They drive me fucking insane. And then leave it to Tony Pizza. Listen, if somebody came up to me and gave me $100 and said, "Do you," when I recounted the story for you guys, I wouldn't say "do you." I'd say she came up and she said, "Hey, good luck with everything. Here's $100." You know what I mean? I could never even repeating it. Like I could quote it from Tony Pizza, sure, but like I couldn't even say, "Hey, somebody told me, 'Do you,' because there'd be no excuse for me not having, stabbed them at the very least, for saying it to me. So if I just took that on the chin, if I just let somebody say "do you," and I just took it, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Gunnar got a cancer, and that's what people were telling him. "You got this." Yeah, you got this. It's so fucking, to me, I know some people, they're not critical thinkers. They just think like, "Oh, that's a nice thing to say." You got this. It's not. It's like minimizing your problems to the point where it's like, "You got this." You know what I mean? Like you say "you got this" if you want to say something that corny to something simple, like "Man, I got to start a new job tomorrow. I'm real nervous about being around new people and learning, through my training, what I have to do in this position. You got this." That's okay. Yeah, thank you, man. You know what? You're probably right. I do. But when it's something serious, like, "Oh my God, my full-blown AIDS is acting up and I'm dying of pneumonia," "You got this." No, but I don't. How dare you? You piece of shit. Kramer, what's going on, brother? FBS also really loves living rent-free in someone's head. I know. I hate that fucking expression. You get that a lot on the politics shows. Beantown Patsy, what's going on? What's going on? Hey guys, I'm just going to bring this up for a second, and it's not politics. I'm not going to mention Trump or anything like that. It's just the Epstein files. I just want to bring this up because I just found out about it, and I got this document this morning. There was in those files, there was an email where somebody said something to Jeffrey Epstein, and they redacted the name of the person who said it, like the person who sent the email. And I don't understand how this could be legal. You know what I mean? And it's not, by the way, because the law says you have to release them all unredacted. But listen to what this shit says. This is how bad those files are. Listen to this shit. Where did it go? Recents? Okay, recents. There you go. It says from redacted to JEE vacation at Gmail. It's Jeffrey Epstein's thing, I think. New Brazilian just arrived. Sexy and cute. 9YO. 9 years old. Best regards. Disgusting. And they redacted the name of the person who sent that email. Ain't that great? Unreal. So anyway, people, Trump's name appears in the Epstein, and more times than Jesus is named in the Bible. Yeah, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. They're removing all those files anyway. Jennifer Giselle, I was up all night sick with the babies and the cannibal. The what? Oh, you're talking about the cannibalism? I didn't read that in there, but I heard about it. Yeah, I saw him. He did look a lot smaller. Who? Who are we talking about? What the fuck is going on in the chat? I know you're doing the vertical format. You get way more views because you're in the live feed, but they should really pay like regular views, 8 to 10 per 100K is robbery, I think. $8 to $10 per 100K. Yeah, it's bullshit. Absolutely. It is what it is. I that's why you got to rely on donations. It sucks, but it's true. YouTube does, without a doubt, rob creators blind. They do. No doubt about it. It's sickening, but hey, they own the platform. They're talking about Gunner with his cancer. Oh, Gunner looks like, yeah, I saw him. He does look tiny compared to usual. He does. Well, I mean, it was months ago I saw him. I think it was pretty early on still. Who knows what he looks like now? I guess you guys do. But I'm going to tell you the truth, guys. I feel for anybody in that position. I mean, absolutely anybody, pretty much, but not Gunner. I'm sorry if you guys want to get mad at me. I have no sympathy for Gunner. Gunner is truly a piece of shit. Gunner has threatened my family on I don't know how many occasions, threatened me. Gunner, I don't want to, I'm going to say too much. Let's just say that. I have no sympathy for him, though. For all I care, he could drop fucking dead tomorrow. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. Jay-Z is apparently missing. What, Jennifer? What? Gino Cappuccino, $10 super sticker. Thank you, Gino. You are a big topic of conversation over on Tony Pizza's channel, I noticed. He talks about you a lot. Gino Cappuccino, you never gave me nothing, or whatever the fuck he's saying. Chris, I'm not mad at you for saying that. I was just saying his condition. No. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I just got to, I got to speak my mind. I can't stand him. What's all over social media? Because I don't know, jealousy, because I was getting fucking, 4,000, 5,000 views per live stream with maybe 300 live viewers every show. And he couldn't get 40 views even after the video ended. And, it would be 2-3 days later. Who knows what the fuck it was? Maybe because I never took shit from him. I don't know. But there's a lot of, I got a lot of emails and all types of shit. Yeah. He's a scumbag. So plus, I mean, I hate frauds. He's a fraud. He lied about his entire life. It's all bullshit. His whole story is bullshit. It's been proven and he still lies about it. Kramer, $10 super sticker. Damn, thank you, Kramer. I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. Jaguar Wright said he was missing. Oh, well, yeah. I got to say in this case, consider the source. If Jay-Z was missing, it would be worldwide fucking news. It wouldn't be coming from her. You know what I mean? Chris, didn't he hit you up for money? Not just me, a bunch of us. You know what I mean? A bunch of us. I got an email at like 2-3 in the morning, or an Instagram message from him, and he was asking if he could borrow $500. And of course, like I said, it's 2-3 in the morning. What do you think that's for? You think he's going to pay a bill? No. So I just ignored it. I remember showing it to Shanna, and Shanna was like, "What the fuck?" This was in the beginning of Mobtube. It was fairly early on. You know what I mean? And he did it with a few other people too. And then he the next day or something, he said, no, that wasn't me. My Instagram got hacked or something. Yeah, right. Yeah. Tom Lavecchia wanted to get Gunner to beat you up. Tom Lavecchia can suck my dick. Tom, I'm going to let loose on you one day, and you're better off leaving YouTube. By the time I'm done with you, you're going to want to. Seriously. Tom Lavecchia did so much slimy shit he thinks I don't know about, but I find out about everything. You know what I mean? Everything. FBS, don't stress it, brother. Do you? You got this. Fuck off. You prick. Leave it to you, D. Gainey. Bofa used to torture the shit out of Gunner. Did he? FBS. Why did you say I beat up women? That was not nice, FBS. Take it back. That's how Bofa sounded. In my brain, that's how he sounded always. Jay-Z is with Tom hiding. Yeah. They're in hiding together. Yeah. What if Tom pops up on that list? How about that? Wouldn't that be some shit? Of course, he don't know anybody. But, oh, my God, yes, he sure did. He had Gunner thinking he was in entertainment. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but Tom is a douchebag. He would always latch on to these fucking people and their bullshit stories. Tom is like the biggest mob groupie in the world. Like if there's even a possibility that at one point in your life you brushed shoulders with a fucking mob guy, he wants to, write a book about you or buy the rights to your story. Goofy fuck. Really is a goofy motherfucker. Basta! Yeah. That shit was funny as fuck. I remember when I was in Ocean City, Maryland. Me and Shannon went to Ocean City, Maryland for New Year's Eve of it was New Year's Eve of 2021. But, it was going to be 2022. And we were chilling. We were doing our thing. We're on vacation. We had a nice time. And the day before New Year's, I got a fucking call from somebody. I won't say who. And they said, listen, I just want to let you know, Lee Cole is going to have like Tom Lavecchia and Gunner and all these people on his show, and they're all going to trash you tomorrow on New Year's. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was having a good time with my wife. It was New Year. It was going to be New Year's Eve the next day. We had plans to have a good time that weekend, so it didn't really bother me too much. But it did throw me off a little bit. Like back then, stuff like that would just like stick in my brain. And it would be hard for me to focus or pay attention to what I'm doing at the time, But I wish a motherfucker would do something like that now. Oh my God. Because I give zero shits, none. Nothing you guys say about me can bother me. But the shit I say about you, holy shit. You will wish you never mentioned my fucking name. You will wish you never mentioned my name. No, I don't watch that shit. But I did see that, They talk some shit about Nicki Minaj, and rightfully so, because that dumb bitch destroyed her career in a matter of weeks, and I fucking love it. I was such a huge Nicki fan. But first of all, I think she's gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, and until she made herself gigantic, she used to be smoking fucking hot until she got the fake ass and her like all rap bitches, like Ice Spice, all of them, they start out hot and then they get fat because that's what rap requires. You have to be a fat bitch. So Nicki got fat and ruined her body, but she was fucking, my God, gorgeous from head to toe. And she is hands down the best female lyricist in the history of hip hop music. She's got to be in the top 10 as one of the top lyricists of all time. I truly believe that, men or women. But man, what did she do to herself? What a dumb and then she got played. She thought Trump gave her the gold card so she could get citizenship, and then the White House put out a statement. It was not real. It was just like a memento. She posted it all over her shit. Like, look, we're gonna finalize the citizenship paperwork, because any of you don't know, Nicki Minaj is not an American citizen. She's not. She's from Trinidad. Yeah, both. We don't talk about him too much anymore. I found your stream the other day. Thank you for everything you do for your stream, bub. Put MAGA in their place. You rock. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really, truly appreciate that. I do my best, but listen, I try to be, I really don't like, when I go in on people, I'm calling them stupid and stuff. I try to stop myself from doing that, but it's like you see the chats. I mean, 3 minutes into the show, before I've said a word, and your wife is a whore, your fucking mother's in the Epstein files. You fucking, I mean, the craziest shit being said to me. It's like, oh my God, I'm bombarded, and I snap, and then I have to humiliate you. It's the only way I can feel good about myself after you do that to me. I have to fucking humiliate you. Tom had on Canarsie and let him tell his story. Need I say more? No, he didn't. Did he really? Oh my God. Wow. He was telling people he was a lawyer. Oh, Bofa? Yeah, I know. Oh, there was a tribute for Ozzy? I didn't see that. I did not see that. What hot chicks performed? Like Tate McRae or any of them? Oh, I'll watch that. Since I figured out it's all BS, I quit watching. Oh, the award shows? Yeah, it is all bullshit. What about little Kim? She looks unrecognizable. She is a fucking pig. Oh my God. She's enormous. I mean, all these bitches, I swear to God, whether they're white girls, black girls, if they're in R&B or hip hop, they start out with that traditionally, gorgeous, perfect body, and then within, if not months, within years, they are huge, because it's like you have to be fat to be liked by rap fans, or not white rap fans, by the way, but it's very, very odd to me. I don't know. It's like, why do people prefer this in a woman? I'll never understand. Bitches ain't shit. They ain't seen nothing but hundy mofos. Can't tell me nothing. Not bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. That shit was a banger. She's got the song Chun-Li is a banger. High School. You ever see a bitch twerk to the song High School? It's the hottest thing ever. But she's an asshole, and she did this to herself. Gunner might be a bigger fraud than Ray Mundy. I'll bet Ray Mundy was within 10 feet of a mob guy. You mean wasn't within? I don't know. Ray Mundy grew up in Brooklyn. He is Italian. He lived his whole life there. He had a cigar stand in Coney Island on the boardwalk. So you have to think that he basically had to have, I'm sure if he didn't know somebody, he would have been shaken down, and he probably wouldn't have even had that cigar thing going on there. But I wouldn't doubt if he knows guys. I mean, a lot of people, if you grow up in those neighborhoods, you know somebody, he might even know a lot of them. Who knows? Maybe he was a hanger-on in some way. He swept up a social club every now and then, but he was never in the mob. There's no question about it. Never. Squad up. Yeah, those are amazing lyrics. If you don't impeach Trump now, we're not going to have a country in 3 years. Wake up, MAGA. I know, Kramer, but I can't talk about that stuff on the Mobtube shows, or they get mad at me. Bro, Roxanne Shante is the GOAT. Damn, that's going back, bro. Yeah, I feel you, War. Did you hear about Bill Gates and the Epstein files got STDs from a Russian? Yeah, I know. Yeah, and Clinton's accused in a lot of the same shit Trump is. It's not good, man. It's not good. It's not. It's disgusting. And politics aside, I didn't just want to see the Epstein files because of him being in them. I just wanted to see them because we need to know who these people are. And the fact that they took this email and redacted who it's from, and it says a new Brazilian just arrived, cute and sexy, 9 years old. I mean, that's fucking disturbing. The whole fucking country should be in an uprising against the government saying, no, you're going to unredact this and everything else too. You know what I mean? Basically what they did, because they're all protecting their friends, is they released the files with all the names of very important people redacted. That's all. They exposed a bunch of victims. 30 or 40 victims are losing their shit over this. But the perpetrators of the crimes, no, they're redacted. You got to worry about that. Oh yeah, I know. Nikki was perfect, man. But they all do that. They got to get the fat ass. Did you ever see Nikki's ass? I mean, back in the day, it was perfect. Now it's like it's. For anybody to think that people believe that that's what their ass looks like, your ass looks like you got a fucking Buick tied to the back of yourself. I mean, it's so. Nicki Minaj's ass has got to be this wide, no exaggeration. It protrudes from her back, like, I mean, It's obviously completely fake. And why in the fuck would anybody purposely make themselves huge? Not just the fake ass, but if you see, like I said, she used to have, everybody knows the perfect female body looks like. Okay. Dua Lipa, somebody like that's a perfect female body. Jessica Biel, perfect. Why in the fuck would you start off with a perfect body and then deliberately, and they're not doing it just because they're rich and they're getting lazy. No, no, no. They deliberately in that genre get fat. Why would you do that? I don't understand it. Boy, we're all over the place today. Some of these celebrities are into satanic sacrifices. I don't know if I believe that. But I will say I'm very happy because although I do need you guys to donate because there's a lot of catching up to do. I really do, guys. Very important. I'm hoping you start doing that any minute, like my friend Soto here. But Mr. Anonymous 6 did come through this morning and put a huge smile on my face. I've been missing him. He hasn't been around. I thought Mr. Anonymous 6 left me completely. But and I was ready to just shut it down, and I might still have to because I doubt he's going to be here every day. But he did send me $99, and I appreciate that very much, Mr. Anonymous 6. I do, because you see how things are going here, right? And he said, "Chris, have a good show." Thank you, brother. Soto, one Street Smart Politics membership. Thank you, Soto. Thank you so much, man. Apparently, Bill Gates was so bad that Epstein had to disassociate himself from him. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine? Well, Epstein said about Trump. Epstein actually said in an interview with Michael Wolff, and it's on audio. I've heard it. He said he is a man with no scruples. Donald Trump. He said, like, in other words, this guy's just too much for me. You know, I can't. It's not good. Yeah, a lot of people in trouble. Of course, they need to unredact those names because, you know, I think it's the wealthiest, most elite people in the world that are being covered for, you know? Jennifer Lopez's ass has shrunk, though. Well, Jennifer Lopez, I think that was always her natural body. She didn't get no BBL or nothing like that. But Jennifer Lopez is just a perfect woman. She has been for, even now, in her 50s or whatever she is, she's got to be one of the sexiest women to ever walk the fucking earth. Seriously. I mean, and she's Puerto Rican, so they don't age. I mean, she looks, the other day we saw her and Shannon said, "Oh, she's had work done." I was like, no, believe me. That's just how they look. You know what I mean? However they look at 25, that's how they look at 55. There's no aging. LTB, high FBS in chat. What's up, LTB? How you doing? Anyway, Suge, what's going on with this fucktard? Is he still fighting against his story that he told and then followed it up by saying, and that's a true story. That's 100% true. Is he still fighting that? Because last I heard he was. He's very, very angry. These people do this shit to themselves and then they're like, "Why are you making fun of me? All I did is say that I basically had with a dog." I mean, you know, what are you picking on me for? Why? Bill the Butcher. Miss Can't Be Wrong sent me one or two of his videos the other day. I didn't get to watch the second one still, so I'm not sure what it was. I'm not even sure if that one was a Bill the Butcher one, but the first one was the one he did about this. I don't know if you guys saw it. And I don't even know who Bill the Butcher is. He might do videos about me for all I know, but go find his channel and watch the Saccio video he did. I would play it, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? I don't know how you'd feel about that. But it's amazing. He threw like AI pictures of Saccio bending over with the dog behind him and all types of shit. Oh my God. How do you live that down, Saccio? You can't. We will never forget this. You're better off just, I don't know, talk about fucking the film industry or something. Don't talk shit about anybody anymore because your goose is cooked. You're finished. He is still as miserable as ever. He is a miserable motherfucker. I guess he was saying it was all an act. Yeah. If you listen to it, it wasn't an act. I mean, the guy clearly said, this is a true story that really happened. And Suge ain't clever like that. You know what I mean? Like he's not. And even if, let me tell you something, a smart person, and he's not a smart person, but anybody who'd be clever enough to make that up would also, like, for some weird, you know, experiment or whatever the fuck he claims he was up to, you'd also have to know, well, nobody's going to believe I made it up. I mean, once I say this, especially if I then say it's a true story, nobody's ever going to believe I made this up. I mean, this sounds real as shit. And there's so many people that hate me that, they're just going to use it against me for the rest of my life. So if he was trying to like get at other people, like he claims he was, all he did is he just cooked himself. You know what I mean? By saying that a dog, I'm not going to repeat it, you know? The troll army is going to be after him. He talks shit about them all. Did he? What do you say about them? Anyone specific? How about Tina got all that for free? Nick, you ain't shit. You no work there. You see, SoFlo put out that video yesterday where he asked me. There was a picture of my wife in it. So that's Tony asking me, Chris, please do me a favor and post a picture of my lovely wife. So I posted a picture of her yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's pretty big. Not the picture, her body. So, like I said, he could talk all this shit he wants about you night after night, but how dare you get mad and respond? Yeah, I know. He's a fucking baby. Sure, you're a baby. You're a 70-year-old overgrown fucking man-child. You are. You're a bitch. You're so sensitive. It's always these guys with those politics that are the softest, most sensitive snowflakes. You can say anything. They lose their minds. You could literally make up anything that's shocking, but a dog story doesn't make sense. Oh, all of them he talked about? MRE, Grumpy Italian, Matty, Zio. Well, I mean, I would say he's in trouble, but let's face it. I mean, what the fuck are they going to do? You know what I mean? It's just like they haven't accomplished anything in years, but yeah, I mean, good, whatever. But yeah, you can make anything up. Like his story was he made it up. It doesn't even make sense. I made it up because I knew certain motherfuckers would start talking about it and blah, 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 blah. No, shut up. You did not make it. Why? How would that be beneficial to you? I'm going to make up a story that a dog licked my ass just so I could see who talks about it, who takes the bait. It doesn't even make sense. Fucking show. This is why. Listen, I talk about this on my other shows constantly. The problem we have in the world is that stupid people don't know they're stupid. It's kind of like crazy people. Crazy people don't know they're crazy. Everybody else knows. They don't know. So shit is real. Like when you hear people walking around talking about, I'm not going to get into some certain things because, again, I don't want to insult anybody in here because I think a couple of people in here think believe in some of this shit. But you're talking to a crazy person. They're just not aware of the fact that they're off their rocker, and you have that with stupidity a lot. There's nobody more confident than stupid people. I mean, they enter my chat all day and they'll be like, yeah, well, and they'll just spit a whole piece of disinformation, like as if it's real or misinformation. I'm sorry, like as if it's real. And it's like, bro, you do know that I could prove to you 6 different ways right now that never happened, right? You saw that like on a Facebook meme. You stop doing that. But they come in there fucking, like confident as could be. Oh, yeah? Well, how come Obama killed 75 people during his administration? Be like, he didn't. What do you mean? How did he kill them? So literally everyone that's been close to Suge, he turned on for one reason or the other, except Sons and Carlos. Well, he turned on Carlos too, didn't he, at one point? Didn't they have a little falling out there? Because didn't he take somebody over, Carlos, MRE or someone? I look forward to few quiet days around UT or YT. What did I say? UT. What do you mean? What quiet days are coming? Can't stand wishy-washy people. Yeah. Well, I don't know, but Suge will talk shit about you all day. He'll attack your family. He'll do everything in his power to humiliate you. And then when you say something back to him, man, it's like, the best thing he could do, what you do, Suge? You want to know how to handle this? Believe me, I'm a seasoned veteran. I'm much more experienced in this than you are. Just say, yeah, so what? It happened. You don't like it? Fuck off. And then just move on. But Suge will come on here every single day and talk about it. Dog did not lick my ears. Whatever the fuck he says. Yeah, your pit bull named Faye. You just happened to, it was your pit bull, and you actually said her name too, Faye, as if you were reminiscing. I had this pit bull named Faye. You know, like I got a memory. I was put on lithium at one point in my life. I was, and serious depression and stuff. And remember, like Tony Soprano was on it. Do you remember? This is no bullshit. Remember in The Sopranos when Tony was on lithium and he he had that whole fantasy, that hallucination about the girl that worked for the Cusamanos, the beautiful Italian girl. That's no bullshit. I was on this shit, and I was out in New York City doing something, but I lived like on the outskirts at the time. I was hustling and shit, you know what I mean? So I come home and I had this pit bull named Capone. He wasn't even really a mean dog, but he would fuck you up if he wanted to, you know. I loved him. He's my best friend. So I pull up to the house. It was like an apartment complex, and I see Capone run out of my front door and just take off. Oh my God, guys, I got out of the fucking car and I'm running and I'm looking and I'm doing everything in my power to find the fucking dog. Capone, I'm screaming, Capone, screaming. I get back to the fucking house, the apartment. I open the door and there's Capone right there. Now, I saw my dog. I didn't see somebody else's dog. That's the dog I saw, okay? And I saw him come out of my front door. The apartment number was 36. I remember the whole thing, okay? Needless to say, that was the end of the lithium. Just like, oddly enough, in the show, when Dr. Melfi told him flush the lithium, it wasn't the same thing, but they just took me off of it and put me on something else that was not nearly as serious. But that stuff is, when you read about it, that's hallucinations and stuff are common. I guess that's why they put that in that show. So you don't want to take that shit. But my point is, you know, I reminisce on stories like that, and I'll give you details. Like, hey, my pit bull's name was Capone. You know, he's telling a story that he claims is fake, yet he was telling you, it was my pit bull, and her name was Faye. And you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Sons is like his best friend, right? They grew up together. Why do you say that? Suge just doesn't seem happy, in my opinion. He wasn't like this in the beginning. Well, I mean, I got to watch what I say. I piss people off, but he's an old man, first of all. Well, that's got to suck. Okay, being that I'm 46 and I got so much weird shit happening to me, even that sucks. I can't even imagine 70. But also, let's just say people that tend to, you know, practice the same politics as him, they're generally not happy people. They're those old, you know, get off my lawn type of people, you know, very bitter and angry and resentful because of how their lives turned out, whatever it is. And he is like that. I mean, it's not about his, you know, I'm not going to get too much into that, but his life is not, if you look at it, it is not, how you say, good. Okay, it's not good. I mean, he lives in Kingston, New York, which until I fucking heard this guy mention it, I didn't even know where the fuck it was. I thought it was in Long Island somewhere. I'm like, Kingston. I never heard of Kingston. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't go anywhere. The most excited we've seen him is when he's riding a scooter that he had to finance. Okay, a scooter that cost $1,200. He had to make payments on. Okay. And his marriage is, as far as we know, fake. It's not real. They don't sleep in the same bed. They don't have a life together. You know, it's got to be very, 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 very aggravating, because I think Suge never got women, and then he finally did whatever he did. He paid or whatever to have somebody marry him, and now, you know, she has no interest in him. I mean, it would be tough, especially if you think of somebody. Personally, I don't think Suge is straight. I never did. But according to him, I mean, she is as hot as you could possibly get, like the way he talks about her and stuff. So imagine living with a woman that you think is the hottest woman you've ever seen, and you can't fuck her or anything. Oh my God. That alone will make you want to jump off a building head first, you know? So, and not just that. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, believe me, man. Anybody could take this. Anybody could take this however they want. I don't give a fuck. Okay. And whoever does these shows and wants to take this personally, good. I'm probably talking about you too. Anybody who spends hours upon hours upon hours on YouTube you are out of your fucking minds. You're out of your minds. I mean, and chances are you are not living a happy life. I mean, especially if you're married or something. What? Now, I don't mean like Suge's situation, but there's people that are, I think, in real marriages. I don't know, but they're not. When are you with your spouse? What are you doing? Where the fuck is your spouse? What's happening here? You know, doing fucking 5 and 6 and 8 and 10 hour live streams. It's like, what do you have going on in life? There's no way you could be a happy person. There's no way. Every time I click live, the thing I'm happiest about is that not long from now, I'll be able to end this show and actually go live my life. You know what I mean? And then later I'll have to come back on for an hour and then I get to end that show and go live my life. You know what I mean? I don't get the pleasure out of this that these people do. And I mean, this is truly, even the guys that make a little money here and there. I mean, this is their hobby. It's not even the money as much as it is they just want to or need to be on here. I think a lot of people are addicted to this. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people are addicted to YouTube. I think SoFlo was the first person to really get addicted to it. I swear to God, he used to cook up YouTube on a spoon and shove it into his veins every day. But he was addicted to it. He still is. He still can't stop. He's still around getting his wife abused and stuff relentlessly. You know, Suge, without a doubt, addicted. A lot of other people too. I'm not going to name everybody, but anybody who's sitting on here, I don't care if you're all by yourself or if you have a panel with 10 people and you're having a good conversation. If you're on here for hours and hours like that, chances are you don't have much going on. And if you do, it's not pleasurable. It's not things you enjoy. Otherwise, you'd be doing those things. It is absurd for somebody to be doing these live streams for that long, in my opinion. In my opinion. Now, some people enjoy it. They could sit there and watch a live stream for hours and hours. But my theory on this was just go on, say what you got to say, entertain them as much as possible, and then end the show because it gets boring. You know what I mean? Like, it gets boring. So, I don't know, man. But Suge, for sure, even if I'm wrong about everybody else, you could listen to Suge. He's hateful. He's racist. You know, he hates anybody who's like that, who hates every fucking buddy. You know, there's a reason they're like that. They're angry at the world. You know what I mean? I think Suge is probably pissed off. 40 years of his life he spent high on heroin. He was a fuck up who only ever even had a job because of who he was related to. And the peak of his life, the peak of success for Mike Saccio is that he retired and was able to buy a house, which is what pretty much everybody in their life does. You know, it's not, I mean, he treats it, when you hear him talk about himself and his pension and this and that, you would think you're listening to like a Hollywood celebrity talking about retiring with tens of millions of dollars. You think you were talking to somebody who worked on Wall Street their whole lives and now they're on Easy Street. They could just travel the world and buy mansions and yachts. And, you know, Suge is satisfied with very, very little, which is probably why he never had much, you know. But the way he talks about it, like, oh my God, it's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know. There's something wrong with that guy. Some people are just miserable, man. And when you listen to him, I mean, every now and then you'll hear him laughing and having fun, but for the most part, he's always pissed off at something. You know, he's always pissed off at something. And I truly believe, and I mean this, there are certain people in this world who are incapable of feeling emotion. I mean it. I've met some. They're generally psychopaths, but there's something. I'm not even going to tell you something kind of sort of taking place in my life with a person like this, where actually a whole family like this, where they feel nothing. I mean, they don't. I've never seen these people express any kind of joy and no, I'm not talking about, you know, like, I'm not talking about our close family. I'm talking about a family that's not technically related to us. I'm not getting into it, but I'm just starting to learn about these people. I never really knew them. And it's like, I'm seeing that, you know, a tragedy will take place in their lives and then they'll go on vacation like the next day, literally. And then they'll like post pictures of themselves celebrating and stuff, like as if this horrible thing didn't happen. And then you'll see them and it's like, there's no emotion. There's no like, you know, acknowledgement of this tragedy. There's no, and these are, you know, people who I've also seen in situations where they should be expressing joy of some sort, and they always have the same expression on their faces. You never see emotion out of them. And they're also, and this I just found out about 2 days ago, very cold-hearted, very cold-hearted. I mean, to the point where even something happening to somebody they love means nothing to them. It's just like their attitude is literally, oh, get the fuck over it, to anybody who's upset about it. Okay, that type of shit. There are people like this, and get pissed off. Leave the show if you want. I don't give a fuck. Trump is one of these people. He always talks about how Melania, he doesn't even know if she loves him. Like, he got shot, and he was hoping that she would be concerned, but he doesn't know if she was, and he's the same way with his family. Like he doesn't care about anybody. He'd sell his youngest son for the right price. And that's how people like Suge are. I don't believe Suge really. I mean, it's hard to say because he's such a whiny little bitch. He does seem angry a lot, but I think that's about the only emotion. I don't think he has compassion for people. I think he's a sociopath. So no matter how close you are to Suge, you're just there to serve a purpose. And if you're not serving that purpose anymore, you know what I mean? You're no longer needed. Just like he did it to Carlos, his best friend on here. I forget who it was. You guys probably filled me in the comments, but he just tossed him to the side for somebody else. And I think the whole thing was just about, who would get him more views, Suge don't care about anyone. He doesn't. I don't think he cares about anyone or anything. So, I think he's just, just an evil, ignorant, mean motherfucker. It's my opinion of him. That's probably why he could tell stories about bestiality and then not understand when people are appalled by this. That's how like pedos are and shit. You know what I mean? They don't see the big deal. What are you fucking, you know what I mean? Like, what are you so upset about? That kind of shit. That's how Suge is acting now. Like, I don't understand. Why is everybody making such a big deal? All I did was have a dog lick my ass. I mean, bro, what do you mean? What are people supposed to do? Suge, you might not believe it, but this is extremely abnormal. This is not what people do. I mean, not normal people, sick people. That's about it. I can't imagine they're more than maybe, 1 or 2% of the entire population. If that, that's probably way too much. But yeah, that's my opinion of him. And I usually tend to be right about these things, right? Dr. Melfi, we need you stat. Please medicate pizza diddles. Pizza diddles. Oh, shit. He's not Batman. He's the diddler. Suge is on a dark road. Yeah, so to speak. Yeah. I never heard of his town myself. I'm up there 22 years. Has to be downstate. We're in central New York, or we're in central New York. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. Kingston. I never heard of that shit. I never heard of it. But I don't know. I just think he's got a lot of abuse coming to him in the future. He has an FBS. He's into dogs. Yeah, I know. Not women, dogs. He gives a new definition of puppy love. God almighty. And here's another bizarre thing is to not have I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, whatever part of your brain that tells you, whoa. This is not the story you want to tell people. Stop talking. You know what I mean? Like some mechanism that goes off in your head as like a, self-preservation device. Don't do it. Stop. You don't want to talk about this. But again, that's because I don't think he sees anything wrong with it. Did you hear how he told that story? Like it was, when he told the tranny story, he seemed disgusted. Doesn't mean he was, but at least he was able to act as if he was disgusted. When he told the dog story, he talked about it like as if he wishes it was happening to him right then, or during the live stream. Oh, my dog that came up and licked my asshole, and I bow, and I'm like, oh my God, bro. Oh, is that where it is? Suge was on heroin for 40 years, off of heroin for 20. He's 70. I guess he started using at 10. Wait a minute. He does say that, doesn't he? I thought he said 17, but that was probably a couple of years ago. Does he say that he was on it for 40 and clean for 20? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give you an example, Jersey Girl. And I know I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'll probably do a politics show right after this one. I'm gonna try not to. Yesterday was enough. Okay. I had 3 shows. I've been doing 3 shows every fucking day. By the end of the one last night, my throat was fucking killing me just from talking and yelling, and I felt so exhausted. I laid down in bed. I was out like a fucking light. Oh, because you're not just sitting here talking calmly like this. You're getting worked up, and I debated a guy on the phone for like an hour and a half yesterday, all that type of shit. I mean, it's a lot. And I said, okay, tomorrow, Chris, you just got to step away from the politics, and if you guys would donate, it would make it so much easier for me not to have to do 3 politics live streams today. If you guys would just donate and show support for the show you're watching right now and all the entertainment I've provided you with over the years, it would make my day a lot easier, because I'm not just doing the 3 live streams a day because I enjoy them. Believe me, I don't enjoy them. Sometimes I do. I can't lie. And I'm not just doing them, so I could rack up all these views. I think the views are awesome, but views don't pay the bills. I'm doing these shows constantly because I get super chats on those shows. The super chats have come to almost a complete halt, along with the cash. The cash really, other than 1 or 2 people, has come to a complete halt. So I got to do those shows, man, to get as much money as I can, And I'm probably only making between like $50 and $70 per live stream in super chats. But today, man, I think I have to try to just maybe get out of the house and do something for a while or something, because it's too much, man. It really is. I mean, when you're arguing with people that are incapable of learning, there's nothing more frustrating. It's like you asked me a question. I just gave you the answer, and I mentioned 17 sources, and one of them is the Department of Justice. And you're telling me, nope, I don't believe it. Well, then nothing I show you is going to make you believe it. You're just choosing to be willfully ignorant. I mean, that's all. So, but it's so aggravating because it's like, guys, whether you believe it or not, I have studied politics for years of my life. Studied this. When I get into something, I'm balls deep into it, so to speak. I am reading about it constantly. I'm watching shows about it constantly. I'm listening to podcasts about it constantly. Even when I'm in my car driving, I mean, 90% of the time I'm listening to some sort of podcast, like a political podcast, rather than music, which is like my first love, But, when you go on these shows and that I would never lie, not even about Trump. And everything I'm saying, I know for a fact, because I've learned about it and fact checked it so many times just to make sure I don't go out there and say something untrue. And then you got a bunch of people in here who still don't even know Trump is a convicted felon. And they're telling me I'm wrong about things that I've known to be true for years. It's like, and there's not just 1 or 2. There's thousands of them per show. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's enough to make your head explode. Yeah, you take that story to your grave. Yeah. And you shouldn't even have that story to tell, but if you do, yeah. It's something you don't talk about. He's missing a chromosome, something, or he has an extra one. I'm not sure. It's beautiful. Did a lot of kayaking. Oh, you're talking about upstate. That the guy that said the whole chat is old and disabled. Oh, that guy yesterday. Yeah. He said, this guy is telling me this is the shit I go through. I'm showing him accusations from the Epstein files. I'm saying, bro, this is not my opinion. These are in the files. The fucking source is the Department of Justice.gov. That's where you find it. It's not the news. And he's telling me, I don't care. I need proof. I'm like, well, I could show you tons of evidence Trump's a pedo. And then I'll show him the evidence. Nope. I don't believe it. And then he'll make some outrageous claim like everybody in this chat is old and disabled. And I'll say, show me proof. Well, isn't it likely? Well, yeah, it's also likely Trump is a pedo, but that's not enough for you. So show me proof that everybody in this chat, because they're here in the afternoon, that means they're unemployed, old, or disabled. Well, I don't have proof, but yeah, okay, then shut the fuck up. Then don't ask for proof for shit. You just choose not to believe. Okay, when the shit you choose to believe, you want people to accept without the slightest sliver of proof. You fucking jerk offs. I tell you, I'm afraid I'm gonna have a stroke sometimes doing those shows. Yeah, I hear you. I bet you have a ball. We got to start getting rid of more of them motherfuckers. I hate the 50 times comments about you being bald. I know that's all they get. You're bald. Like, oh my God, am I? Oh, you got me. She's declining more and more someday. Oh, you're talking about your mom. I'm sorry to hear that, Jersey girl. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Slow it down. Yep. Hey, Sicilian, I'm from the politics shows, but this Mobtube is kind of interesting. LOL, wacky, but funny. Who's the Suge guy? Oh, Jeff, I love when new people come in and ask about this stuff. It is, believe me, if you really got into this, you'd be hooked. It's like the best reality TV show ever, and it's not nearly as exciting now as it used to be. Suge is a guy who calls himself stand-up guy, and this guy is a dude who, I know you already heard this, but his whole family was in the film industry. Okay, so he wound up working in the film industry, just decorating sets and stuff, building sets. That's it. And he was a heroin addict, according to him, for 40 years. I'm so glad somebody just brought that up too about the math there. Now he says he's been sober for 17 years, yet he's only 70. It's very strange, but as you know, from what he said, I'm not knocking him or his wife. He said that he met his wife at a strip club, wound up marrying her. She was not a citizen, and they married so she could become a citizen or something like that. Now they live together, but they don't sleep in the same bed. The first story he told on here about his life was he told a story about accidentally being blown by a tranny. Okay, and that was just used to beat up on him for years. This guy is goofy. He sounds like a Jewish broad from Long Island. His voice is very annoying and obnoxious. He's the gayest sounding person you've ever come across. And he constantly gets himself in hot water by releasing too much information. And just recently, he told a story that he was having sex with a girl, and a dog came up behind him and started his asshole. And as soon as that happened, he just bang, just busted a nut in the chick. Because it felt so good, the dog. I mean, that's what he said. So, of course, he's being abused with that now, because why wouldn't he be? If I said that, you guys would torture me till I just gave up and left YouTube for good. And he's a baby, so he pisses and moans about it. But he's a jerk off. You know, he's the kind of guy that if you can get him views, he'll befriend you, you know. But then if you walk away from him, he'll befriend one of your enemies, so he can get views from him and your enemy talking about you, you know. But either way, he's always using you in some way. He's just a jerk off. He's a clown. He really is a fucking clown. And he's a mean little ignorant old motherfucker. It's always talking about people's families and wives and everything else. Terrible guy, man. Terrible guy. The FPS is bald. That's what it is. That's why Victor falls. He's a trip. He comes in every chat and goes, "Hey, Chris, let me get it out of the way. You're bald." I'm like, oh my God. Thank you for doing it before they did. Yes. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, Ronan. Looks to me as though you're having a lot of fun with those debates, just saying. I do, but they get exhausting, you know, and you got to remember, like, my talking that much is I know it seems like it's just talking. I used to laugh at Howard Stern. Howard Stern used to say he takes a nap after every show because he is just exhausted. And this is when he was in his 40s and 50s, not when he was in his 70s like now. He said he used to whine about it though. Oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I come out into the hallway and people are bothering me. You know, he's another one that was always complaining. I just want to take a nap. I talked for 5 hours. My head is pounding. And I'm like, talked for 5 hours? Howard, it's talking. Yeah, well, believe me. And I still don't, I'm not totally with him on that, because it's a nice, calm conversation most of the time. The other people are talking with him. It's just like these guys who have panels. They do maybe, as the host, 25% of the talking. But this shit, man, hours of this. And when it's the politics, I get passionate about it. I'm heated. I'm fucking yelling. I'm raising my voice. By the end of the day, my throat is fucking killing me. My head is pounding. And I'm like, I just got to go to sleep. And I'm arguing with fucking retards. I mean, it's extremely stressful. Extremely. That's why I come on here and I do these shows and I say, hey guys who have been with me for years, who I entertain every day, if you wouldn't mind donating, you know my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, correct? And you know where the super chat button is, right? You don't know what a huge help it would be if you guys would just donate like you always did. What are the chances of that working? Probably not good. It reminds me of some high school. It reminds me of high school, sitting around bullshitting and insulting people. Well, that's what it is, basically. It's a bunch of man babies, children. And I don't exclude myself from that. I'm pretty much a child myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, you know? But yet I'm still more grown up than any of them are. And most of them ask the same thing 20 times. Oh, they'll ask you a question. They'll say, why didn't Biden release the files? And I'll give them a true answer, a well thought out, well researched answer. Well, Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted under the Biden administration, and she immediately went on appeal. Her case was under appeal during his whole term. They can't open the case file. They can't release files when her case is under appeal. Plus, there was ongoing investigations, and they couldn't release the files. But then in July of 2025, Pam Bondi said the case is closed. We're closing the case. No more investigations. And Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal was exhausted. Therefore, you can open the files now. I'll give them an answer just as thorough as that. And then when I'm done, within seconds, they'll say, yeah, well, why didn't Biden release? It's like, all right, forget it. I give up. I guess you don't learn. I don't know. FBS, you are the most knowledgeable creator I've come across. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Chief. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I usually don't get compliments. Thank you. Jeff Simmons, on the politics show, I agree with you on a lot, but even when I really disagree, you treat me with respect. You always do, as long as people don't say some rude or silly stuff. No. Yeah, and always, Jeff. I try to be nice to them. If you see towards the end of the show and it's winding down, I calm down a little bit. I'm trying to be nice, and you almost get along with people, but man, I start those shows and I'm bombarded with, hey, you're calling me every name in the fucking book, making assumptions about me. I'm a pedophile, all types of shit. It's like, what the fuck am I? Anybody who knows me knows I go on the attack. As soon as you attack me, I go on the attack. There's no stopping me. Then I finish the show and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just insulted like probably throughout that live stream. Obviously I insulted 100,000 people. Let's just say 75% of them are Trump supporters. 75,000 people. Jesus Christ, that might be dangerous. I should stop doing that. It is what it is. All right, guys, what can I say? Even with all the pleading, for you guys to donate, you still won't do it. So I guess I give up. Hour and 3 minutes in anyway, guys. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous 6. Thank you. Gino Cappuccino, Kramer, Soto. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. And until next time, salute.